You clicked on this video, you know what it is. The complete guide to control army. What to do, how to progress quickly, and what are the best practices for the game. Without wasting any time, let's get into this. The first tip that I'm going to tell you to progress quickly is to invest in buying barracks at the start of the game. Don't think about anything else, just buy barracks and fill them up. This is because the key to accessing more areas is to have a certain number of soldiers. As well, as barracks level up, their capacity increases, meaning that if you have more barracks at the start of the game, this will help you to afford new soldiers very quickly as your barracks levels up quicker than usual. Of course, at the start of the game, I recommend buying mostly melee barracks and sprinkle in 1 or 2 bow barracks to keep it balanced. This is because by accessing new areas quicker, you get access to tougher enemies, which will give higher cash bonuses to you. And by the way, do not waste your money on armor at the start of the game. This is because you will get random drops of swords, bows, and armor for free, and those drops are usually enough to take your army to the second or third area. As well, it's completely fine to skip certain levels of certain items. You don't have to buy every single one, you can just save up more for an even better one instead of wasting your money and buying 2 of them. This also applies to other things in the game like armor, duffel bags, and weapons. The fastest way to make money is by fighting the toughest opponent in your area. Wood is useless at the early stages because you have to invest in more money for a bigger duffel bag to make it more effective. And even then, you need good damage in the first place to make it worthwhile. For more advanced players, getting wood is much more effective as they are able to do good damage already and they are able to afford a bigger duffel bag. While in the earlier stages of the game, they're kinda useless. Fighting the toughest opponent in your area is the most efficient because you're cutting down on useless travel time, your army levels up quicker, and the payoff you get for defeating them is much larger. Your army deals the bulk of your damage, and that's especially true as you progress in the game. Clearly, you have to optimize it to get the most out of your army. Investing in 1 or 2 bow barracks at the start of the game is very important. Bowmen have more consistent damage compared to melee soldiers, as they run away from your opponents. This is super helpful in longer fights. As well, make sure to give the best gear to the barracks with the highest level. This is because it will give the highest number of soldiers in your army the best equipment that you will have, which allows you to immediately increase your damage and the health of your soldiers without any cost. Hold off on giving armor to the bowman until you reach the more advanced stages in the game. This is because opponents that usually meet in the beginner areas typically don't do any range attacks and the bowmen are mostly fine. Now, if you're new to grinding games like Control Army, you might have never heard of an AUTOCLICKER, but trust me, it'll help you loads. An AUTOCLICKER is basically an application that registers clicks for you, without you having to do it yourself. This is great as you will not need to click to use your wand, which causes less strain on your arm. You can find a link to the AUTOCLICKER on the pinned comment on this video. Trust me, there's no viruses, it is 100% safe and secure. Now, a few more extra tips to finish off the video. Sometimes when you're far away from spawn, it's much easier to just reset to go back to spawn. This is helpful when you want to deposit wood or reconfigure your army. Once you reach around 10 to 20 soldiers, I recommend checking around the Christmas event to grind for Christmas exclusive items. These items are much faster to get compared to the items found in the main shop, and I only recommend building up to 10 to 20 soldiers before coming here because that is when you're able to do some good damage and make candy canes at a reasonable rate. One thing that you need to do is to abuse the hell out of the gold and the EXP potions found in these shops. They're incredibly important and will skyrocket your progress in the game. And lastly, play with friends. It's actually much faster to progress when you're playing with friends. As well, the game becomes much less mundane. And oh yeah, I almost forgot. All the codes that are present in the game as I'm recording this. Release, waterfall, underwater, sands, mount shop, and hello. All of these combined will give around 7,000 gold. And yeah, that's about it for me. If you have your own tips, I recommend you to voice out in the comments down below. They'll help everybody out. If you want to watch another video, I recommend checking out my personal review on Control Army, which details my personal thoughts about the game in general. And yeah, see you soon.